Welcome to the middle of nowhere. Or actually, we're about an hour out of Las Vegas, near this small little border town of California, Nevada, called Nipton, California. The interesting thing about this is I was reading that it's up for sale, or it's recently been sold for $2.75 million. So I really wanted to go check it out, see what, nearly $3 million gets somebody these days as far as a whole town. I mean, it's a whole town. It's just not like one little piece of property here. It's an entire town, so let's go check it out. So Anna, you're a little bit dressed up for our adventure today.
You said we're going to California.
Well, guess what? Welcome to California. We are actually in Nipton, California, so I did make good do on my promise. So hopefully you'll be comfortable in your get-up for our adventure. So you ready to do this?
Let's go.
All right. So one of these things about this town here is they actually have a fake police force. And I'm going to show you that here in a second here. So they've got this cop car. They actually have it parked here on the side of the road to dissuade any type of speeders that come up and down this Nipton road. So I don't know. I think that's just taking defund the police to the ultimate level there. So, but anyway, it didn't fool me. I don't know how many people it actually does fool. So I thought that was pretty funny. Nipton PD, California's finest. First thing coming up on here is some sort of container park. Not to be confused with the container park in downtown Las Vegas, where that is actually something to see. This is just a bunch of containers. So that's probably included in the price, along with your own little speed limit sign. I wonder if you own the town and you laid out the $3 million that you could set the speed limit. I mean, I probably would. Considering if you don't want anybody going more than 25 miles an hour, because if you went faster than that, you would probably pass right through without even knowing you hit the town. This town also comes equipped with its own railroad depot. It's kind of cool. Look at you. Who wouldn't want to own their own railroad depot? From what I understand, the railroad was put in here because when they built the town, when the town kind of was in its infancy, 1905, around that time frame, they used it to ship cattle from the local ranchers and also for the mines, because there was a lot of mining. This is actually originally a mining town back in 1905. That seems to be a real popular date. Everything seems to be around 1905. So that's kind of out here when things kind of got settled and they found a lot of the minerals, and a lot of people rushed into the state. So it's pretty interesting. So we're walking up the road, and we're gonna go check out Nipton. Come across this here. I guess it's some of the local artwork. Maybe this is the Nipton Museum of Natural History. Why not? It's included in the price. So we're coming up on what is the trading post here of Nipton. So one of the things about Nipton is, if you're from Las Vegas, you know this is one of the spots to go for lottery tickets. Because believe it or not, in Nevada, they don't have a lottery because I guess the state officials are afraid of us that we might get hooked on gambling, throwing down our $2 every other week or every week. So no lottery in Nevada. So you got to come across the border to either Prim or down here in Nipton. And this is where we come. But for some reason, it is closed. I guess that sale hasn't gone through yet. So I was going to call and complain about this place being closed. I mean, there's no warning, nothing in Google about it being shut down. So, but apparently yesterday was the deadline for complaints, so I'm screwed. So while it really isn't much to look at right now, Nipton, believe it or not, in the early 1900s was the hub of activity for the area. This was where people came to, from all around to kind of party, go to the bar, get a drink, just let some steam off. Because believe it or not, even though we're an hour away from Las Vegas wasn't Las Vegas as we know it back then. closed. Who closes the whole town? Believe it or not, this place does. I love Nipton. I love Nipton. Not today, I don't. So, anyway. Looks like someone's watching me right there. Hope they see this film. So included in the sale of the town, you actually get, check this out people, Hotel California. Now I'm pretty sure this is not the one the Eagles were singing about back in the 70s. But you know, that's what they call it. But apparently, you know, as the song goes, you can check in, but you can never leave. Well, that wouldn't be the case here because you can't even check in right now because this, like everything else in this town, is closed. So Anna, you know, although this is not the famous Hotel California that the Eagles were singing about, is actually famous in its own right. Clara Bow, I don't know if you ever heard of her, but she was actually the original It Girl in Hollywood. She was famous back in the 20s. She was doing silent films and then she did some talkies. But she was famous and she was actually one of the inspirations for the cartoon character Betty Boop. So she stayed here. So Clara actually had a illustrious past. She was considered a very loose woman, party girl. So she kind of made her way around in the rounds of Hollywood. And she actually came out here a lot just to kind of get away from the crazy Hollywood scene. So it was really, she enjoyed the peace and tranquility of Nipton, California. So this is where she would come. So Clara enjoyed it so much out here that actually her and her husband bought a ranch nearby. I believe it's called the Walking Box Ranch. It's not too far. It's actually on the way to Searchlight, up the road, probably about 10 miles. Maybe we'll take a look up there, see if we can see it. Maybe we can get close, see if it still stands. So one of the things you're going to run into here in the Mojave Desert is there's a lot of tortoises out here. But, you know, we really want to do what we can to protect the tortoise. They're actually amazing creatures. If you see one crossing the road, help it across the road, I guess. One of the things that was planned for this town, a developer was going to turn this into Weed Town, USA, or Pot Town, USA. And they were going to turn to like this big festival grounds. And as you can see, they started on it, but they never really got finished. So my thinking is they probably got so high from smoking weed all the time, they just lost their ambition to finish the project and abandon it. So, you know, maybe now their ambition is to just have some ambition, but nothing's happening with this. So the population of Nipton, California, I believe is between 15 and 20 people. I really can't get the accurate number. That's the number I read. I guess maybe it's 15 during the week and 20 on the weekends, and maybe it's a vacation spot for some people. I don't know why. They call the town is magical. There's actually the sign over here. If you see it, it says, "Welcome to Magical Nipton, established in 1905. I really don't see the magic right now, to tell you the truth, and it's a good thing I'm not a real estate agent because I'd be doing a really horrible job of selling this place right now. Okay, so I've actually found something in town that's open. A haberdashery or new or used open drinks. So I don't know if you get if used drinks are less money than new drinks. All right, so apparently it's not been sold to China, which is good news because they're probably going to turn this place into the Nipton Noodle Factory. So that didn't happen. So according to this lady over here, they don't really know what's going to happen with this land over here or this town. So they're just sitting waiting.
I got you.
So if you're in the market for an RV park, apparently this town comes with one of them. So it's thrown in with the deal. All right, let's continue to walk around here, see what else this place has got. All right, so apparently they do some real good auto body work here in Nipton, California. It's an old Lincoln Continental. Now, I'm not a car expert, so I couldn't tell you the year, probably gonna guess sometime in the 60s. Okay, feel free to comment in the comment section if I got that wrong, or if you know what year Lincoln Continental this is. I'm kind of curious myself. But anyway, looks like they do some really good paint work here. And they do some windshield work. Oh yeah, this bad boy. Oh, look at the interior of this guy. Yeah, there's also an upholsterer shop here in town, as you can see. Some of their work. You go, Nipton. So Anna, looks like we found the town gym. So what do you say we go check it out?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh yeah. You got your Flexpo going on here. All right. Looks like they got a little poker table going. Saturday night in old Nipton. Gets pretty crazy. Looks like we found a safe. Probably at least 100 years old. Pretty cool. The Nipton town treasures were once kept here. So also included in the price of the town is the town fire department. Believe it or not, this town of resident of 15 people and only maybe a few structures has a fire department. I would probably think that fire department is to deal with any kind of shrub fires you might get out in the desert, because really, what's really left to burn here? Stumbled upon the town outhouse. Two, I guess this is men and women, because Santa Claus is using this one. So Anna, would you use this facility?
There are no doors.
Well, you know, people weren't as shy back in those days, and you know, whatever.
You gotta go, I guess.
Exactly. We are coming up on the Walking Box Ranch. This is where Clara Bow lived with her husband for many years. I'm glad we can get to it. We're going to show it to you here in a moment. So this is as far as we're going to get to the Clara Bow Ranch. There's actually a real cop here. He's not a fake cop. He told us we can't go any further. So, and as you can see, the sign says no trespassing. So that's it for here. So we'll press on down the road a little bit. U.S. property, no trespassing. The end of the line. All right, so we've left Nipton, California. So what do you think? $2.7 million? Do you think it's worth the price? I really wasn't sold. Hopefully the new owner can develop that thing and to make it into something. So we're kind of now in the Joshua Tree Wilderness area. And I'm going to conclude the video. Because the town was closed, I had to bring my own beer. So I brought this Baja Brewing Company. It's called the Blonde Ale. And I'm going to crack it, you know, because every video has to have a beer in it. According to some of my viewers, they get upset if I don't drink beer in the video. So here we go. So to all you, cheers from Beers and Frontiers. That's pretty good.